What's up, everybody? It's Coach Jason. Just want to talk today about defense. A lot of times in boxing, we don't discuss defense enough as far as formalizing some of the strategies that you need to have in order to be defensive in the ring. You know, a lot of times we know about our 1-2s, we know about our hooks, uppercuts, we work combinations, we do all these things, but we don't discuss the defense in a similar way, right? We don't talk about certain, styles of defense. So I wanted to kind of go through some basic stuff that the way I think about it, and I wanted to discuss it with you. So, hopefully you like this tutorial. Give me a thumbs up, a like, whatever, a follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. So let's go. So the basic defense, right, we all know is a 50-50 defense, right? Olympic style, your hands up, elbows in, hands somewhere between the jaw and the temple. And you're kind of ready for, when I say 50-50, it's 50% offense and it's 50% defense. So in this position, you're able to do all of your offensive techniques, combos, all your punches, but as well as be in a generally safe defensive position, right? So you have a 50-50 chance of doing everything that you need to do to, win the fight and do what you need to do to survive, right? But then there's other defensive things that we need to kind of break down in a smaller way. So a lot of times body shots, with the 50-50, just like anything, there's pros and cons to it. Even with punches, you throw certain punches, it leaves you open for other punches. That's where counters come into play. So even with defense, you have to think about when you're in a 50-50, a lot of my body is open, right? Now, another way to change that is to kind of take your foot, your back foot, and be in line with your front foot. Now this would be, this is more like a karate stance, but you can use it part-time, right? I always say certain things you use part-time, not full-time, to get to the goal, right? To accomplish what you need to accomplish. So yeah, in a normal stance, you want that kind of 45 stance where your back foot is off-center from your front foot and you're here, right? 50-50. But sometimes you might need to narrow your body, right? So that you don't give them enough body to hit. Right? All they have is a head and here. So in this position, the pro is you don't have a lot of body to hit, right? So you take away that 50-50, right? And give them a little less to work with. But the con is that now throwing punches, you're not really in line to really throw it properly. It's going to take a little bit more conscious effort to step into your 45 angle stance to throw the punches. Right, so you got to keep that in mind. So this could be more of a, get out of danger position for a certain period of time as you change angles and work yourself into a better position, right, footwork wise. So that's one way to look at it. Another option outside of the 50-50 to block body shots in particular is to work your elbow chops, right? So really just taking your elbow and chopping into the shots coming to the middle here, right? So you're keeping your hands up. You don't have to drop them, right? You're keeping your elbows up. You're keeping your hands up while you chop, the shots to the body down. And now this gives you a little bit more opportunity to be offensive because once those chops come down, right? For instance, if they throwing I'm a lefty, if they're throwing their jab to my body, right? I can come up top and counter with my cross. Or I can even use it with the same hand, boom, and come with a hook, right? So it all depends on what stance you're in, how close you are, etc. So it gives you more opportunity to be offensive right off the bat. So that's another option. So that's to the body. Now, again, to the body, you have shots coming from outside, right? So you still need to use those chops, but to the outside, right? Right out over here. So you've got chops to the middle, to chop the straight body shots, right? Straight shots to the gut. But then if you got shots coming from outside, you need to chop down so that you don't get those kidney shots and liver shots, right? You chop down so they can't get up under your elbow. If your hands are up nice and high, you got work here. You have things here they can get to. So if you change your mind, if they change their mind and don't come up top with a hook and they come to the body, you just need to chop. Drop your weight and chop You know what I'm saying? To stop that from happening. So that's another way to think about it. So more defensive stuff. All right, now we talk about shots to the head, hooks to the head, right? So in 50-50, again, which is your neutral position, you're generally safe if it's coming to the face, right? If it's coming towards this side of your face, jawline, you're good. But you may not have enough glove to make sure your ear and the back of your head is not hit. So you got to be mindful of that too, right? So your tactic is to bring the hand up, bring it up nice and high and wrap your hand. You take your hand and wrap your head with your own glove so any shots behind the head or to the side of the head or the ear where equilibrium is an issue, you can stop it from taking place, right? So this is all about timing. Again, there's nothing foolproof. It's about using all your defensive moves part-time. Take them in pieces and say, all right, in this situation, I need to do this. So you have to have recognition, in what you're doing and say, you know what, I need to do this to block shots coming. I need to do chops to chops in the body, right? And this is all coming from 50-50, right? So your 50-50 is there to be adjusted. So you can be flexible about what it is that you're doing to stop it, right? So a different kind of defense altogether. A lot of people look at the shoulder roll, the Philly shell, things like that. I call it the cross arm. It's another variation of it. So George Foreman used a lot of cross arm defense. Evander Holyfield also used a lot of cross arm defense. So, I use more of a cross arm defense only as a part-time move when I'm in complete danger. So if there's a lot of punches coming at me, right, I'm hurt for whatever reason, I'm tired, or they're coming at me, they hit me with a good shot, I need to literally just cover up. So my cross arm is to just block all the dangerous punches from hitting me in any vulnerable spots from the front, right? It doesn't protect me from the side so much. It even doesn't even protect my body that well unless I slide it this way, right? So now I have the cross arm that's kind of parallel with each other, George Foreman, and then I have the cross arm that's more, looking like a Philly shell, but it's not really a Philly shell, right? Or a shoulder roll. So, the cross arm here is more for like, anything coming to the head, I can block it, take a step out of danger and keep going, right? That's my tactic with that. With this one, I can probably stay in danger a little longer. I'm really just trying to maybe get closer to a bigger guy. He's got the reach on me, so I need to absorb not absorb it, but maybe, let him hit the shield, right? This is my shield a little bit so I can get past him, and this will be my satellite hand. So my satellite hand is used to block the punches coming around that will leave my face open. So if I'm blocking here, I need to have my other hand floating around to block these shots so I can see past all the bullets, so to speak, see past the danger, see past the bullets so I can get to him, get closer to him and work some magic, right? So cross arm defense, 50-50, and within the 50-50, you have the adjustments, right? Now the big three for me for defense, footwork. Not talked about as in a defensive sense, but footwork, you got to have that in order for any of that other stuff to work in the first place. So you got to manage your distance, right? Knowing how far you need to be with your opponent. So that comes with your offense too, right? You need your jab to measure. And once you've got that measurement, once you know where this imaginary gray area is of danger that you need to stay and be mindful of, now your feet have to take over from there. Now from that point, you're going back and forth, you're managing distance, so when you step past that certain gray area, you either know you have the advantage because either you're the guy with the reach or you're at a disadvantage because you're the guy without the reach. So you have to make adjustments based on the situation you're in. So you got more room to work with because you're the taller guy. Then in the gray area you might have certain things that are going to work for you, right? Your jabs might be your best option. Your straights might be your best option, or your straight punches, right? Jabs, cross, and those combinations that come with that. But if you're the shorter guy, you're going to have to work a little harder to get to the bigger guy in that gray area and do some damage. So yep, just wanted to have that quick discussion. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments, questions. And again, I'm Coach Jason with Team Hazardous, and let me know what you think. See you on the next one.